Ms. Jones, you claim the defendant is an ex-boyfriend who got you pregnant and now refuses to do anything for your 8-month-old daughter, Hazel.
Yes.
You and your mother petitioned the court for a DNA test to prove that he is Hazel's father, so he will finally step up. Mr. Joyner, you say you are a responsible U.S. military veteran who would never neglect a call to duty and are 100% certain you are not her child's biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Jones, what has Mr. Joyner done for your child?
He has not done anything. Babies cost a lot of money, and I'm a single mother, and I can't do it on my own, and Hazel really needs her dad in her life. He is her father.
And he's been denying her since birth?
Since I was pregnant with her. I've been trying to reach out to him. You know, I got doctor's appointments coming up. Do you want to come? I mean, he just have no interest, really, since I got pregnant with her at 6 weeks.
You've done nothing for Hazel, Mr. Joyner?
No, Your Honor, I haven't.
Tell the court why.
Honestly, I don't feel like it's my baby. I don't feel like it's my baby.
You don't feel, or what are your doubts?
It's not my baby. It is not my baby. I am a U.S. Veteran. I'm a military veteran, and I do take care of my responsibilities.
Do you have other children?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
So you just from the start didn't believe it?
No, Your Honor.
Take me back to the nature of this relationship. Were you in a committed relationship, dating, what?
No, Your Honor.
We were dating. We were dating.
Your Honor, I would not say we was dating in any kind of serious relationship. I met her at our place where we worked at. It was a restaurant. And, I mean, hell, the first night I brought her home, Your Honor, I didn't even know her name. I mean, just to be honest.
You say you're in a relationship, Ms. Jones.
Yes.
He says it wasn't a relationship at all. He didn't even know your name.
It was. The first night when I went by his house, his auntie, one of his family members, brought me home from work, and we chilled over here where he lives at. And we talked for a long time, so it's not like he didn't know my name. We worked together. So, and then probably an hour and a half after that, we had intercourse.
And so you didn't use protection?
We didn't.
How long did this relationship, sexual relationship, or whatever it was, go on?
It started January 21st and ended probably like end of March.
So, Mom, Ms. Jones, did your daughter ever introduce you to Ms. Joyner?
Yes,
Mr. Joyner, did you know anything about him?
Yes, ma'am. I know the situation because she used to take my car and go over there and visit him and stay sometimes this night and everything with him. I even went over there to his residence, spent the weekend and everything with them, with my other grandson. So that's how I know he's denying it. He's lying, Your Honor. Yes, he is. Because I used to go pick him up from the restaurant, him and her, where they worked together at and everything. Yes.
Do you remember her picking you guys up?
Your Honor, I'm not denying that we didn't see each other, but what we're here about is the baby. And I know for a fact that she was having sexual intercourse with at least 2 other people from our workplace.
No. It wasn't 2 other people. Once we got serious, I cut all that off. And that was probably like, I give or take 3 weeks after that. I cut everybody off to be with him.
She was serious with him, Your Honor, very serious.
He met my grandparents, all my family, my friends.
Everybody. I really had respected him. I said, Libby, it looked like you got a good man this time in your life. And I was respecting him. I was going over there to his home, and I was cooking for him and cleaning up. We was doing all those things. We was all spending time with each other because we thought it was serious.
Like I've been with.
Why are you spending time with her mother and her at your house and doing all that if it's just a sexual relationship and you don't care anything about her?
They pushed their way in on me, Your Honor.
No, that's not true.
You say this was just casual, it was nothing, but when a young woman's mother says, I'm over there cooking and cleaning and we going over there.
He even was thanking me for when I was coming over there and stuff and cooking and stuff. He said, tell your mama, thank you, I appreciate it and stuff.
And you thought you were over there with your daughter's boyfriend and just helping them out?
Yes, ma'am. Her grandmother and all of them, stuff like that, they was liking him. They really was. If it wasn't serious, Your Honor, why he was talking about him and her moving in together. Her moving into the place that he was
When did that happen?
When they was with each other.
Your Honor, when I met her, she was supposed to be moving to Texas in 1 week. She said, I'm moving to Texas with my boyfriend or baby daddy, whatever it was, in 1 week. So as far as I knew, in my mind, I was just gonna do what it do with her for a few days, and then she was gonna be gone.
But
and
did
then
I
all of a
ever
sudden-
leave? Did I ever leave?
Exactly,
never
she
left.
never left.
No, I was committed to you and only you. So
I never asked her, hey, will you be with me? Will you be my
you
girlfriend?
have
Anything like
many a
that.
times.
As far as
I don't know if that was to get me out my drawers or what, but you have many a times.
So what
yeah,
happened
yeah.
when you told him you were pregnant?
I called him and I was like, I got something to tell you. I'm at the hospital. He was like, don't tell me you're pregnant. I said, well, I'm pregnant. And like he just sat on the phone silent, and then he said, I'm gonna call you back, and he never called me back. And I'm just waiting for the phone to ring and no call back from Mr. Joyner.
Like
You
I
never
said,
called back?
I had to take some time to think about it. Like I said, I was not the only one. I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I know that she was having sex in that time frame of which it could be me or it could have been the other guy.
How do you know this?
Because when she came to me and said she was pregnant, it might have been 3 weeks, maybe a month after I'd met her.
How do you know she was even having sex with anybody else?
Because it was everybody at the workplace knew. Even she
And
she'll admit,
everybody
she'll
at the
even admit it.
workplace knew that me and you were messing around too.
Too, also.
So
But she
wait,
just
Ms.
said
Jones,
too.
are you admitting what he says is true, that you were sleeping with other people when you first started sleeping with him?
It was one guy I was sleeping with, but I cut it off. Yeah.
So then
me and
that
him had got serious.
substantiates his testimony.
Yeah.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Why do you think she's claiming you're the father then if you say there was this other person and everybody knew it?
He's a little boy and I'm a man. I have my own place. She's seen what it was, And she's seen my means of, what I had, and the other guy she was, guy or two that she was sleeping with at the time, and she thought that I would be the best decision.
Or we were together, or we were dating.
We
We were
were.
in
They
a
weren't
serious
that
relationship.
We wasn't.
Serious
Like everything was
relationship.
about Mr. Joyner. When we were working together, Mr. Joyner, Miss Jones, everybody knew us. Messing around, everybody knew we was messing around. It wasn't no other person.
We knew each other for maybe a month after when she said she had gotten pregnant. Your Honor, I had just moved there from Virginia. 25 years old I am, and I've been having sex roughly 10, 11, 12 years. I've never gotten any female pregnant at all. And
Well, you
then
got
I
me
moved down there
pregnant.
the first week I meet
It
her.
only happens one time.
The first
That's
week
it.
I
One
meet
time
her.
it can happen.
So wait a minute, are you responsible or just lucky? Because do you use protection if you having sex these 11 years?
To be honest with you, no.
Well, that's irresponsible. You just told me you're a responsible
Yes.
military man.
That
Now, I
has nothing to do
thank
with-
you for your
I said
service, I will say that.
responsible.
But if you're responsible, how are you having sex for 11 years and never using protection?
Well, who's to say I'm irresponsible? Okay, yeah, I could have.
I'm telling you, you are. For 11 years having sex and you're not using protection?
I don't
Really?
I don't think that means I'm irresponsible.
You don't?
No.
Well,
I'm not
look,
the
I'd
only
rather
one-
be
I'm just the only one to
irresponsible than
admit it.
dead, because you could be
I'm
that
just-
too, having
I could
unprotected
be.
sex for 11 years.
Okay, I could be, but I'm just the first one to admit it. I'm not the first guy who admits what they don't like to use a condom, so I don't like to use a condom. I'm not saying every time
my
I had
point
sex.
is this.
What I mean is I was in long-term relationships, Your Honor. For
So,
a few years
but
at a
you're
time.
telling me you were not in a long-term relationship with her. You're telling me this was only a sexual relationship with her. Were you using protection with her?
No.
With Ms. Jones?
No, I did not.
Mr. Joyner, actually, your mother's here in court. I'd like to hear from her. Ron, will you please escort her in?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Hello,
Hi.
Ms. Joyner.
How
Thank
are
you
you?
so much for joining us today.
No problem.
We're here discussing baby Hazel,
Yes,
her
ma'am.
paternity, and Ms. Jones asserts that your son, Mr. Joyner, is her biological father. Do you believe that?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Yes.
Please
I absolutely do.
tell the court why.
Thank you.
Well, they brought her to see me when she was 2 days old. Olivia, I didn't find out till 2 weeks before that she was pregnant. When you
So your
touch
son
a
never
baby,
told you?
Never.
No.
Never.
You just know. I have a grandmother's ring I got in April. It has Hazel's name and birthstone right with the rest of my grandkids. I absolutely believe 100% that she is his.
And what makes you believe so strongly?
As a mother, you just know. You just know. And to me, she looks like him.
Yes.
Your Honor, I have this to say. Not too long ago, a couple years ago, in West Virginia, where I moved from, there was another situation just similar to this one right here. Girl said that she had a baby, it was mine, all this. And I mean, this baby looked identical to me. Identical. I thought so myself. I got attached to this baby, and the test results came in, and it was negative. And my mother was, bringing the baby around, and he thought so too. Thought so herself, 100%. Everybody thought so, 100%. That's why, the situation has happened before, and that's.
So you've been through this,
Yeah.
and it did not
And it
turn
was-
out in your favor. It didn't turn out to be what even you thought. You thought
I
this
even
particular
thought-
child
it
was
looked
yours.
exactly like
Looked
me.
just like him at
Just
3
like
years
me.
old. Yeah.
So why do you believe your mother is saying that she truly believes Miss Jones's child, baby Hazel, is your biological child? Why do you think your mother's saying that?
I don't know. Maybe just deep down, she's ready for me to have a kid. I mean, she knows
Hell
she's
no,
ready for
you're
me.
not responsible to have a baby.
I mean,
No.
My little brother, he has 2 of them, and I don't have any yet.
It has nothing to do with that, because he ain't got his crap together either. Neither one. I mean, they're both young. I get it, but they're not responsible. Not responsible. Needs to grow up, and denying it is not going to help. You're missing every day that you don't.
And it sounds like your mother has stepped up in your absence thus far, because she is 8 months old.
I was helping Olivia from day one. I have been there and bought that baby diapers, clothes for me from day one, when neither one of them would.
I was buying things for Hazel when nobody was. When all I had was my mom.
Excuse me, Your
When I
Honor.
was pregnant, where was y'all? Where was the Joyner family?
When did I find out, sweetheart? I can't do the rest of it.
Well,
You
I'm
told
sorry
me
that
2
your
weeks
son
before.
didn't tell you that I was
And
pregnant.
I
All right,
stepped up immediately.
let's get some order, because
I
I
just-
want to understand what's going on.
I just want to test. I just want to test to prove it because of the situation that's happened before in the past. But who
But
could
you
blame
wouldn't
me?
pay for it. You wouldn't pay for it. A man would have paid for it. $700. Just saying. Sorry.
No, that's what you're here to
I
do.
mean,
that's what you're here to do.
That's
is
the
to-
facts.
I agree. I mean, when you say in open court that you are a responsible military veteran, and you said she saw you from a mile away because of the way you live and what you have a home and you have this, if you say, I'd like to have a paternity test, if you know she doesn't have the means and the answer is important to you and there's a baby on the line that could potentially be yours, why not just say, I'm going to pay for it. I'd like you to bring Hazel and let's get this done. Why didn't you get the test done if you have the means and you are so responsible?
Well, I mean, just because I have the means don't mean I have $700 to just go. I mean, what if it wasn't mine? Then that's all she had to do was go to I told her, go through the state and all this, all this could have been done buku long ago.
When Hazel was born, I was on the internet.
And
I
I was keeping Hazel while she was working at night. She has another child. So she is trying. She is a single mother. She is young. She don't know. He's a little older, should have enough sense to do it.
So, Ms. Jones, was it unprotected sex with the other person or protected?
It was protected.
Condoms are only 99%, not 100%. Not 100%.
Now you
And I'm
got
pretty
facts.
sure it didn't break. I'm sure of that.
Protection or not, she just admitted to having sex with another guy in that time frame. So how for her to pinpoint me and say, you're the father? I just want to know how she come up with that. Or maybe it's because I had a place. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a military man.
Well, she says when she met you, she cut the other guy out and was only sleeping with you.
Yes.
So if the child was conceived in a window of time when she was only sleeping with you, then you're the only possible
Right.
father.
I am 100% positive. I am
But
not
you're the only one I was
in
having
that
sex
window. In that window, when she said I'm pregnant, when you go take it back to when she could have gotten pregnant, in that window, I was not the only one.
My
who was
contraceptive
having
date
it.
was February 4th when I went to the doctor. And it points straight to you. That's how I knew who it was, hands down.
Well, I think the only way to move forward is to get the results.
Yes.
Let's
Bring
get
them.
him.
Bring them.
Ron, the envelope, please. In the case of Jones versus Joyner, when it comes to 8-month-old Hazel Jones, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Joyner, you are the father.
Yes.
I see tears in your eyes. You looking at your baby? What do you feel?
Man up to her now.
What do you feel?
She's beautiful.
She is. She's a doll baby.
What do you feel, Mr. Joyner?
She's beautiful. I'm sorry for denying her.
And I will say this, Mr. Joyner, you've lost some time, and I can see from your reaction, you worked yourself up to believe there was no way she could be yours. And you know what? I understood why, because you had been in a situation where you bought in, you believed it, you even felt it, and then it wasn't. And you probably were in some ways protecting yourself. It was almost probably a defense mechanism, like I'm just not buying in until I know.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's why it's important to get the answer as fast as possible, because now she's just 8 months old. The beauty of this is she's so young, she won't have to remember this. You can step in now and really get in there and be the kind of father that she needs. Can you do that?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Tucker, you and your son, Mr. Riley, are here today to determine the paternity of his alleged 4-month-old baby. You state that his wife, Mrs. Riley, admitted to having sex with 2 different men in addition to your son during the time the child was conceived. You argue that your son's wife lies and cheats, and
Yes,
you are
ma'am.
here hoping to put an end to their marriage.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Mrs. Riley, you admit to having a one-night stand with one potential father, as well as a month-long affair with another man
Yes, Your
while
Honor.
married to Mr. Riley. Paternity tests have been administered on 2 of the men, and we will reveal those results today. Now, Ms. Tucker, I understand you would like your son, Mr. Riley, to leave his wife. Please tell the court, why are you so adamant about it?
My son is married to a whore.
I'm not a whore.
Oh,
I'm speaking. How can you
Please,
call me a whore? You're the
a
same
whore,
as me, if
A
nothing.
whore.
Let's get some order, please.
Willfully had an affair numerous times, lived with the man, whatever. Has no clue who the father is, or we wouldn't be here today.
At least I'm finding out.
And
How about
hopefully,
we find out
when
who
we do
there is of
find
my
out,
husband.
when we do find out who the father is, he's not going home with her. He's coming home with me.
I
He
bet
can
you
stay with
he
me.
does.
All right,
He
so
can stay with me.
the truth is you're a mother,
Yes, ma'am.
and you're hurting for your son.
Yes.
I ain't married to her. I'm married to my husband, James Riley.
And he's still my son and will be my son to the
And
day
he's
I
still
die.
my husband. I'm not going nowhere.
So,
So
whatever.
death do us.
Ms. Tucker,
Get over
what
it.
is it that you see going on in their marriage that causes so much concern?
The incident with the whole baby thing, she's the one that told me, oh, I didn't go home one night. I stayed at my friend's house. I'm going to stay with my friend for a little while. Come to find out, that's when she got pregnant, and now we don't know who
no,
the
it's
father
not.
is.
So she's admitted to cheating.
Yes.
Why do you think your son staying with
I don't
her?
know. I don't know. I really don't.
Jerome, could you please escort Mr. Riley into the courtroom?
Certainly.
I haven't seen him in 4 months, so he looks very well. He looks really good because of her.
I'm not
Welcome,
because of me.
Mr.
You got
Riley.
our number. You don't call.
So this is your mother,
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Tucker, and your wife,
Yes.
Mrs. Riley.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to understand, why do you doubt this woman? What has happened in this marriage to cause
I'm not
you
a whore.
to be
You're
so
a
doubtful?
whore. Call book by its cover.
Well, we was together for 3 years. We couldn't get pregnant. And,
We was taking fertility pills when I got pregnant that we order offline to get pregnant. The beginning when we went to the ultrasound and him and my ex-boyfriend both went. He never.
Wait a minute.
He was there from the
Wait a
start.
minute. You went to an ultrasound
Yes,
appointment
he did.
during
He
your
knew
pregnancy?
The whole time. So I don't see why she's here trying to break us apart. She don't need to be here. This ain't her
So,
house.
in
She's
your
seen my
statement,
kids
you-
one
so,
time.
Ms. Riley,
It's my son.
Mrs. Riley,
And that's my
in your
husband.
statement, you admitted to a one-night stand. So
Yes, I
tell
did.
me what happened.
What happened, me and him was fighting. It got escalated. I called a family member. He had a friend, Mr. Schaefer. They helped me move some things in, and I moved out. We was all hanging out, having a good time, drinking. The guy was ugly. I didn't even like him. It was the best sex of my life. I will admit that.
Okay, well,
And he gave me
I really didn't have to know that to make a
he gave me
determination.
attention that he did it.
Right. Because you're a whore.
No, I'm not a whore. That's you.
I'm far from it, honey.
No, not at all.
Really?
She don't have no respect for me. I'm his
I
wife.
don't
You
She
all
should
don't have
respect
any
me.
respect for yourselves, each other, but you will have respect for this court. Now, I'm trying to get you the answers that you came here for. Mr. Schaefer is the gentleman you had the affair with, am I correct?
Yes, that's
now,
correct.
he submitted to a DNA test as well, and we also have a video statement from him.
When I first met her, I wasn't really attracted to her or anything like that. I had a one-night stand with her is because that night, we were partying and I got a little messed up, and then things started leading to one thing to another. After I messed around with her, she texts my family like every day, wanting to hang out. I still text her for a little bit, but she started getting like stalker. And I found out she was married after I messed around with her, and I'm like, I can't do that. First she's a married woman, two, she's ugly. Three, I
Got
don't
that
even know
right.
who she is.
No. Better look in the mirror.
You've explained the one-night stand, I guess, as best as you could. How did you end up back with this boyfriend?
The boyfriend, I went back to my husband. I thought everything was going to be better. He kept telling me that we're working on our marriage. He'll treat me right. Again, things kept escalating. I stayed with the boyfriend at a hotel for 2 weeks. It was
So
great.
you said you were at a hotel for 2 weeks.
I left my husband for the boyfriend. I kept telling the boyfriend I miss my husband. I want to be with him. That's who I've been with for 5 years of my life. That's the only man I really know. I go back to my husband. I explained my boyfriend didn't have nowhere to go. He was going to be homeless. I felt bad for the guy. I asked my husband if it would be okay if he stayed with us till he got on his feet.
Wait a minute.
Yes, Your Honor.
You asked
Yes.
Mr. Riley, your husband, if your boyfriend,
And he
who
was
you
okay
laid
with
up
it.
at the hotel with
He
for
was
2
okay with
weeks,
it.
could come and stay because he didn't have anywhere to go.
She lied.
She lied.
She
He
lied.
was okay with
He
it.
could stay with his father.
He
Mr.
said
Riley,
it was fine.
Mr. Riley,
She's lying.
please tell me you
Please.
said no.
I didn't.
You let
They
the
became
boyfriend
friends. They went to the casino
move
and
in?
everything together. They
Yeah,
was
I
like
felt bad
buddies.
for him. She told me that he didn't have no place to go.
And she lied.
He
So
didn't
she-
have nowhere to
Oh,
go.
Mr. Riley, I think you may be too kind for your own good.
Yes.
Oh, Ms. Riley, how long did you live at your marital home with your boyfriend and your husband?
About a month.
And she was sleeping with them both. Yeah.
You slept with them both during that time?
Yes, I will admit to that because I was confused.
Hello.
I was confused at the time. I had my husband.
I told you.
Hold on.
Mr. Riley, were you aware that she was sleeping
Yes,
with
he
the
was.
boyfriend and you at the same time?
Well, one night she'd sleep with him on the couch, and then the next night she'd
They
be like,
both
I'm with
knew.
you, and then she'd sleep in the bed with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
They both knew. I never
So
lied
now-
about anything.
I actually caught them having sex on the floor while I was at work.
While he was at work, she was with the other one. Yes.
I got off an hour early, and I felt a gut feeling, and the blinds was shut. I come in and unlock the door real quick, open the door up, and they're on the floor having sex.
Right.
So tell me, this was the last straw. This is when you decided this is it. Tell me it was the
No.
last straw.
No.
You took her back again?
Well, she told me he apparently moved out or whatever, and then the day I come home from work, she says, I got news for you. And I walk in, and he's there,
We had
she's
that
there,
planned.
and she's like, I'm pregnant.
You have to understand why he may be doubtful, seeing as though you admitted to cheating.
Yes, I understand that.
You're doubtful now.
Yes.
Are you giving it your best effort?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, when she ain't in a relationship, he does.
I haven't been in a relationship for 4 months.
Because he texted you and told you not to be.
For 4 months.
Because of this
I haven't
right
told
now.
my
Okay,
own
the
son
last
in
time
4
I
months.
heard marriage was between a man and a woman, not a man and a woman and the mother. So you really shouldn't have been in the relationship ever.
I should still be able to have contact with my son. He is 20-something years old. He can
And
do
we're
what
married.
he wants. He can do what he... Oh, really?
Yes,
You were married
really.
when you got pregnant, too.
Let's talk about the pregnancy. So when you found out you were pregnant, did you know who the father was?
No.
You don't know.
No.
I got everything
Obviously you
right
don't.
here.
Obviously you
on the
don't.
calendar. If you look by the dates, it's James's.
Ooh, let's go by the date.
All right, Jerome, can
Chad
you
was
please
before
hand me
I
this
got
calendar?
pregnant.
Baby don't look
that
nothing
baby
like
looks
you.
just like
That baby
him.
don't
You
look
got a
nothing
baby
like
picture
you.
of James?
Sure do.
You got a baby picture?
Sure
that
do.
baby looks dead on
No, he don't
him.
look
And
dead
my
on.
baby
No,
is
he
beautiful.
does not look like. I'm not saying he don't look beautiful, but he don't look like James.
Are you all right, Mr. Riley? You seem emotional.
I love him.
Well, of course he does.
It's his son.
He's been
no
with him since
matter
he's been
what.
born. He was there when he was born. Who wouldn't? I would fall in love with a child if I was around it all the time, which I've never got to
So
see
why are
because
you
she
here?
knows.
You're
You
so
lied
happy.
on his
So
son.
why are you here?
Ladies, you so busy screaming back and forth, you don't understand this man is standing here looking at.
He already accepted that child. Why
No. The bottom line is not only does he have the right to know whether or not
That's
he's
right.
the child's father, the child has a right to know if he's his father. And what I'm saying to you,
And the potential father.
what I'm saying to you is, it's obvious that you two enjoy going back and forth at one another, but you're not supporting him on either level as a mother or as a wife.
That's James's baby no matter what. James told me.
Mr. Riley,
James
you
told
say
me.
you love your
Yes,
child,
ma'am.
and you've been there.
Yes, ma'am, since day one. I want him to be my son. You know, I've been wanting a kid since I first got with her. And then two other men come in our life saying that she's pregnant.
While he's taking fertility pills.
It's just rough.
Your emotions are understandable. Now, I need to go to this calendar that Ms. Riley submitted to the court, which outlines.
The days I conceived is when I was with James.
So for the months of June and
was
July, the estimated date of conception is the 2nd of July. You admit to being romantically involved with your boyfriend and your husband in the same time frame, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you can figure
Okay.
all that out. Okay.
And then you admit to having that one night stand all within the window of conception.
All and yes.
Oh. You're a married man,
Yes, ma'am.
but there could potentially be 3 different men that could be
Yeah.
that beautiful child's father.
Yes, ma'am.
What are you hoping for today? What do you want?
I want him to be mine.
And you want him to be yours because you want to be his dad.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to
And
be in his life.
through my life, my father was never there, and I couldn't imagine putting another person through that, not having a father. And he's the only person I've seen, or that he's seen since he was born, and I couldn't put him through that.
I commend you for that. You know, Ms. Riley, every time he looks at a picture of this baby, he's overcome with emotion.
He loves that baby. But me and him had problems. And when I tried to work my problems out with him, he didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to be there. He never gave me the
He's
attention
been
I
there.
needed.
How's he not been there?
You ain't there. Did you live with
Well,
him?
He's not
I will
serious
say
with
this.
me. That's
You're
how I
in a whole
know.
different
I will
thing. You don't
say
know
this.
nothing.
Yes, I do.
He
No,
may
you
not
don't.
have given you the attention you needed, but he most certainly gave you a lot of forgiveness that I'm not
he
sure
did. Yes, he did.
even I could have given.
Yes,
So,
he did.
The
More
only
than
way
anybody
we're going to
else.
be able to see how and what we should do from here is to get the results.
Yes.
Okay? Jerome, do you have the envelope? Thank you. These first results, as prepared by DNA Diagnostics for Mr. Schaefer,
Wow. What a winner.
in the case of Tucker versus Riley, when it comes to the paternity of 4-month-old Bryson Riley, Mr. Schaefer, the man Mrs. Riley had a one-night stand with, is not the father. Let's go to the next result. Jerome, do you have the envelope, please? These results were also prepared by DNA Diagnostics as it relates to Tucker versus Riley. When it comes to 4-month-old Bryson Riley, Mr. Riley, you are not the father.
That's okay. He'll still be the dad no matter what.
Yeah. Whore.
You don't know.
Let's get some order. Mr. Riley, I know that was not the news you wanted to hear.
He needs to come home with me and stay with me.
That's his kid no matter what.
Ms. Riley, Ms. Riley, that mouth is not going to undo the damage you've caused. You need to stand there and accept responsibility.
I had them from day one.
That you went running all over town instead of keeping your problems within your home. And now, this man who has accepted your child from day one, been there for your child, and desperately wanted to be the biological father of your child, has just had the letdown of his life. And you yapping and talking and yelling is not helping. You have a good man. I'm not saying either of you have been perfect in this marriage, but I'm talking about what I see in terms of genuine emotion and commitment to a child and to this marriage, taking you back and taking you in with your boyfriend. Nobody would do that.